Wholeness, beautiful beings. Welcome to Notes of Nora. My name is Naj Rashida, and may this message find you well and whole. So, today marks the last day of the heart space discussion, and it's been a beautiful, wonderful month of August. I truly appreciate and have great deep gratitude for all of the engagement and your wonderful comments, thought-provoking comments and self-reflections that you guys have shared with me. So I deeply appreciate that. We're into a week, almost a whole week of getting back into the groove of after my trip abroad. There's still some things I'm processing as well, but I'm excited for September, and we're still in the deer season. We're still in the, for those of you, side note, I am very much into animal spirit medicine. It's part of my my practice, and so yes, I will gladly share more details with you in time. Very excited to share that. But yes, I am in the deer season, so that marks July, August, September. So we're flowing right into September, the end of summer, and the transition into the autumn, the fall, where things begin to slow down, where things begin to die, per se, that transition into the cold. And I already feel it. I felt it a little bit even when I was abroad, because I was in the northern part of Europe, and here it's kind of the same. It's still beautiful. It's still sunny and shiny, and a little bit of warmth, but that night air always is very telling. So today's topic is about the heart and how it's better to expand in love rather than fall in love. Okay? Oftentimes, and most of you, who watch my videos, the journey of, and this is going to kind of go into romance a little bit, the soul connection that you have with yourself and another, right? And or multiple, who knows, but don't want to, I'm not leaving anyone out, but that one-on-one connection that you have with another being. And, it can be quite profound. It can be quite moving, earth-shattering, heart-opening. It makes you, it questions all of the walls of your fortress. It makes them shake a little bit, right? Because we all have a fortress that guards our heart. We all do. Some a bit stronger and thicker than others. Some almost hardly any at all. And I made a video on that, on making sure that you have some sort of fortress check-in, because it's all about discernment. Not everything should be let in, not everything should be let out. There should be an equal give and take, when it comes to the matters of the heart. But that falling in love, that sensation, it's multifaceted, meaning it's biological, it's genetic, it's hormonal, it is psychological, it is physical, it is all things. And when you're falling in love, because love is a state of being, love is timelessness, love is complete liberation, it is unconditional, it is what it is. It's most present, it's felt most when you are present with yourself and with the other, and the other is present with you. Love is. And it's so funny, the phrase falling in love, because love doesn't have to fall. Love isn't falling, love isn't climbing, love isn't hiding. Love is just there. And we tend to wear a lot of layers. We wear tons of layers. We wear tons of lenses over our eyes or our eye. And the walls we guard our heart with. We often, we do these things because of programs, conditioning, wounds, and trauma, and fear. Fear. And I will make a follow-up video about this, because this is incredibly important to share that, but I digress. So, with falling in love, If you know that you are love, there is no falling. If you know that you are love, there is no flying in love or flying to anything. You are it. It is a state of your consciousness. It is a state of your being. And I say, expand in love, because expanding love is a love with healthy boundaries. It's a love that is centered. It is a love that is grounded. It is a love that is sure. It is a love that is pure. It is a love that is timeless. And usually when we fall in love, we're captivated by something external. Our attention, our mind. They actually say that you show signs of like a bit of a psychosis. You kind of lose your mind when you're falling in love with somebody. When you're externalizing this idealistic, and it feels good, this idealistic vision, this illusion. And because here's the thing, falling in love, you fall, and you fall. Where do you stop? Usually the falling stops when you hit smack, or you smack the concrete, and it wakes you up out of that illusion. It wakes you up out of that facade. It wakes you up, it shakes you up a little bit, and it grounds you. That's when the real journey with love begins. That's when you are standing on solid ground and you begin to expand yourself. When you're falling, it feels blissful, right? Because it feels like you're flying, right? It feels magical. It feels intoxicating. You want more of it. In expansion of love, you are all of it. You are love. You don't have to externalize in this sense of losing the self. You are centered and grounded. Grounded love is very strong in earth energy. Very, very strong in earth energy. And most are afraid of that earthy love, that grounding love. In a sense, sometimes people believe that they can become imprisoned by that earthy, grounding love. That's quite unfortunate. But when I say I am expanding in love, or I choose to expand my love with you, that means I am full and I have a desire to share it. I have a desire to empty into you, because there's so much of me within myself. It's very important, this, because it's so embedded. Oh, I'm falling in love. That means you're losing yourself. You're losing yourself in the illusion of a biological, genetic, emotional, psychological, physical experience. And it's not until after you fall and you hit that concrete, that's when the real journey of love begins. And I know I just said that, but it's very important to reiterate that. And people call it, I think they call it the honeymoon phase, that falling in love phase. It's mystical, it's blissful, it's magical. And that's just part of it. I'm not saying that falling in love is a horrible thing you need to avoid at all costs. No, it's actually, I think actually it's quite important at the very, very, very beginning, because you're creating these energy cords on a metaphysical level. You're creating psychic, mental, emotional, sexual, physical, psychological energy cords between you and the other person. And so yes, it's very deeply involves the brain and the science of the brain, and the heart space. My goodness gracious. We underestimate love in the heart. Man, when you are loving from an open space, there's nothing like the sun. There's nothing like it. It's beautiful when it's balanced, when the love is balanced between you and other. When you empty your cup and they empty their cup, you fill their cup, they fill your cup. It's a very beautiful dance to love from a balanced space. Expanding in love is when you're loving from a balanced space. There's very little anxiety, there's very little avoidance. You're centered and present in the now because you know that what you are is love. You are all of it. It's not outside of you. Anytime someone's ready to receive that type of love, or not type, but that kind of connection, the person approaching you is a mirror of your own soul. They're a mirror of the self. They're a mirror of you. And it's a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing to have, to hold, and to cherish. This isn't just about romantic love, but also platonic, your friendships, the love you have for a close family member, the love you have for someone that you have just a deep admiration for, and they have it for you. Human connection. Human connection. Very, very important. I just wanted to share all that with you all. It's beautiful to be in this space now. When I look back all those years ago, the first time I ever fell in love, it was 17 years ago, because I was 19 years old. And I now look back at that moment. And it's a moment where now, at 36, 37 years old, because my birthday's coming up soon, I really wasn't in love. Love was the emotional security blanket. The connection was an emotional security blanket. And you know, that bonding, all those energy cords that you develop with a lover, over time, you're getting to know each other, you spend an enormous amount of time with each other, you know? It was more of emotional security blanket. And we often get that mixed up with the expansive type of love that I'm talking about. When we're falling in love with someone, it's more of, we feel seen, they make us feel safe, they hear us, they cherish our energy and time, they make us feel secure with the connection and with ourselves. And it's very, very tricky place, because here's the thing, you're externalizing and you're falling for that. Because you don't recognize it within yourself. You don't recognize it within yourself, so that person becomes your knight. That person becomes your healer. That person becomes your guide. That person becomes your focus. That person becomes your obsession. That's the tricky part. Expansive love, expanding in love. You realize that you can secure yourself, that you understand yourself, that you can see yourself, you can hear yourself. You are secure within yourself. That's when you're ready. That is when you have the capacity to expand your love, because you are that. You are whole. You are complete. So this isn't me telling you what to do. This is more of just sharing an insight, because I recently kind of put two and two together finally. For a long time, when I would look back on the story of the first time I fell in love, I thought that was really love. I really did. Real love is in you. When you begin to really fall in love, you are realizing your true nature within yourself. And when you are expanding in that love, that is when you begin to attract people who mirror what that love is within you. It's a beautiful realization. It's a beautiful awakening that I just had in the process of maybe a couple of days. You know, and I get that now. I see things in a much different light than I did even 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 6 years ago, 16 years ago, you know? And it's freeing. Love is liberating. Love is freedom. Real love is freedom. And that is what you must try to aim for in this life. We often are always looking outside of ourselves. Always. You know? And then we equate our value and our worth based off of the external experience of falling in love. Of, you know, falling in it. Losing ourselves so that we take someone, we idolize the other and hold them up to such a high standard that we completely neglect ourselves. I speak from experience. I had to suffer quite a lot to know this, because it's one thing to speak about an experience, is another thing to actually experience what it's like to lose yourself. No way around it. The only way to know the only way to know is to experience. That's it. That's all I can say about it, really. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to upload one more video because it's the last day. Why not? May this message find you well and whole. Remember to expand your consciousness, evolve your human being, and embrace supreme loving guidance. Thank you so much. See you soon.